Ooh, look how look at her breast is. Oh, she is showing out. Don't have them babies right here. Don't you do it. Don't do it. No. 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 Don't do it. There's a raised bed. I might harvest the verbena. Oh, okay. Me. I'm gonna harvest a few of these leaves on this moringa. I'm gonna come harvest this verbena as well. Plant another okra, midnight snack indigo rose that are getting really, really big. This one has grown up out of this cage. This is the tallest cage. It has grown up out of there. So next year I'm going to top it off early like I did their sister. I'll just keep the camera on these two right now because these are the two different ones. Black cherry and midnight snack / indigo rose. Those leaves are thicker and the tomatoes are meatier. Down there, look how big. Those are nice and plump. Oh, I like the way they, oh. You see what she did? She's doing everything. I'm gonna let that cascade right over the front. My verbena. This is Nadia. Scalped her. See if she can make a comeback. Scalp share here. This leaf. Bend it over so we could just take that off. Yeah, see, so when I harvest this lettuce, that's how it comes back. Isn't that amazing? Not amazing, but voluptuous for sure. Hopefully we have a little more rain coming, so these tomatoes did get bigger. Need just a few more flowers over here. That scared the shit out of me. Got bring these forward. It's peppermint. Here's my herb planter. We got cilantro, oregano, okra, basil in the middle, and then we have our supposed to be in the front and the back. The ones in the back took a shit. The ones in the front aren't doing extremely well. So, yeah. Here's Ginger. Sorry, Ginger. So, I'm learning that maybe cutting these off to use the leaves isn't the ticket, because this continued and eventually died. So, and this one might be dying next because I cut it as well. First of all, the tea ain't all that amazingly potent. I thought I had more. Thought I had more than this. I had more than this, didn't I? Yes, I did. Ta-da! It was on the table. Okay, so I need wash all of this. I said like it's a big ass harvest in there. Gotta wash all of this. But yeah. There's the herb bed with cilantro, oregano, basil in the middle. And I have my violas that I'm gonna have in the front and the back. Back ones didn't make it, so I'm just gonna replace them. Moringa. I harvested some bottom leaves to encourage it to grow taller. I don't know if it doesn't like the new soil that I amended at the top, so the leaves are looking kind of funky. But this one actually looked really, really healthy. When I last harvested those bottom leaves, so I'm gonna let it be. Maybe it's an introvert like me and I'm bothering it. So it's a forsythia that Mr. tried to chop down. I'm going to encourage him to cut off those sides and just let it grow up the top, and to control the height of it as a bush. I'm tasting Mr.'s nuts. Pecans, cashews, and almonds. Here's ginger. I took the third branch off because it died. Still need some mulch. I might go ahead and get a big bag and use it for years on end to mulch my indoor plants. But anyway, so I took the other one off. And this one appears to be yellowing as well. So maybe even as they encourage us to potentially use these leaves for tea, I don't recommend it so far, because it looks like it kills the sprout. And you want these sprouts because this is what's showing you that your ginger is ginger's butt getting big. Now I'm going to try to come out here really fast because it's hot in the mud. First, I'm going to take me a big old giant dose because my heart feels funny. All right, let's go. What time is it? All right. So very quickly, I left these leaves out here. Those are those bottom leaves of moringa I told you I harvested. See, they're all crumply and limp because I left them out here for like 20 minutes to a half hour. I need you dead head several of those. But you're going to see how that works in just a second. Here's some mint. I scalped it. So all this is new growth. Cut off the main stem, cut off their mom. So they just start showing out. Like a plant's supposed to do. There she is. That's the Jamaican sorrel. Right there. She's pretty. In front of her, you can see the onions shooting up. I have 5 onions in that vendetta planter. Here, you can see my microtoms flowering like crazy. This one's laying down nicely. I stuck a moringa seed in this pot because I just want to have as many trees as possible because they're getting another late start this season. My cucumber finally popped, and in fact all my cucumber finally popped. So I have the one in its bed like it should be. I also have one in this small planter and these other 2. So where I couldn't get my cucumbers to pop, they have now not only popped and are flourishing. So I'm going to need to find something to do with these 2, or just go ahead and be brave. And I'm considering trying to grow one inside just for the sport of it. I'm considering putting one in the brick bed but I don't know where I would let it climb. So, and in terms of the one I would put indoors, it would have to be somewhere where I would be okay letting the flowers fall everywhere. And I would have to be conscious of manually pollinating them. So I'm deciding what to do. I might play around with it. I repotted my pimento pepper. I'm growing that only so that I will have fresh seeds. I have another moringa that I have started. Here's Patty's baby sister, Patty's younger sister, and there's Patty. Fruit's still getting bigger, 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 bigger. I may let those go ahead and blush to red just because, so that I can have something for Mr.'s mom. I did give her a few last week though. Hopefully she didn't think because of the size that they were not big enough to give her fried green tomatoes. I have no idea what's good with this tiny Tim. These tiny Tims. I tried to grow one inside and it didn't fruit either. It's flowering like a mug, right? But not one of these flowers have borne fruit. Not one. Not one solitary fruit. So I think I'm going to kill the one inside. Did I feel a fruit? Oh, I thought I felt one. No. I think I'm going to kill the one inside. And once my first tomato turns red out here, I'm going to put a microtom in there. Here's the raised bed. It's looking real sad. I'm going to grab some of these little stalks and start placing them where I want them to be in this raised bed. I have my 2 collards, which are doing well because it's been raining, so the cabbage moths haven't been able to get to it. I do see a little bit of damage here. Maybe leaf boring, maybe a bit, but that's about the size of it. Collard greens are one of the great examples of cut and come again. So actually I harvested all the outer leaves on this one, and it's making the new leaves grow back faster and thicker. So these 2 are beautiful radinas. I saw that the hoteps are now saying that iceberg lettuce is bad for you and has absolutely it's fake food and has no nutritional value. So I'm gonna let y'all go back and forth because I'm not doing it with these niggas. I'm gonna eat the vegetables that I know that grow. So y'all do what y'all do. Do what y'all do. Meanwhile, they out there shopping at Whole Foods like they eating healthy because they shop at Whole Foods. Anyway, my lettuce is suffering like a mug. This is gonna be beautiful in 2 weeks. Promise you. Watch and see. So here are my onions. I have these 2 bunching onions that I'm gonna take in the front and put in the front. Our other 4 are onions, regular size red onions that I'm also using the green tops for. Here's the share, my pruned share. I actually chopped her back a foot, down to a foot, because I knew those side branches would be great and compensate for that height. I'm going to also amend the soil up to the top because I'm starting to see roots. So, which is actually, incidentally, that's an ancestral lesson I learned, is I actually plant them semi-deep. Tomatoes love to be planted deep anyway, but I plant them semi-deep, and then I make sure there's at least a minimum of 4 inches at the top where soil can be amended later, so that I can cover and nourish the roots that will eventually be exposed. And that's what's going to make these upper leaves turn greener, like also darker, thicker, greener, and also the fruit larger. So that's what I'm doing there. Here's Nadia. Here's chopped Nadia. I put these up to keep her upright, but I hired her as soon as she was tall enough to fit in there. Another micro thyme. I have 2 onions on the side that I'm gonna dig up and use. I was gonna put them in the brick bed, but I think I'm just gonna use them and plant new ones in the brick bed. It's gonna rain in about 2 hours. Finally got this freaking Jamaican sorrel to pop in this planter. Very, very ecstatic about that. Here are my onions. You can see where the birds have been planting trees, because that's what the fuck they do. Onions being great. In the meantime, here's the raised bed. Look how beautiful she looks. That is gorgeous. And the flowers are just peeping up right here. I think I might put another moringa here and here. We're gonna see. So here are my beans. These are supposed to be green beans, but baby. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Now I got a flower. Thank you. Any more? Yes. Thank you. Flower. Thank you. Thank you. They're flowering. Finally. Yeah, so here's my big little bush of violas. Aren't they beautiful? Ready for another deadheading. There's my moringa. She's happy now. Finally got my other okra to pop. I'm gonna come harvest these now. I think they could stand to be harvested. Just so I can align them like I want them to grow as they get taller. Again, the green beans are in the middle. I have a row back here and a row up front so that I can harvest them accordingly. I have 4 verbena here. I have 3 okra. I have a moringa on each end. This one's also happy since I harvested those lower leaves. And then I have a patio tomato on each side. So it's gonna be beautiful when everything gets the height that I need for it to get. And I'm low-key glad about those tiny Tims, because I don't want to get it confused with a bunch of other varieties that I like. And if I like these, then that's what I want to get down with, you know what I'm saying? I think I'm going to come fertilize again when I come harvest. Thank you for flowering, green beans. Thank you. Again, there's Cher just sprawling everywhere, which is why I need to cut them down a foot. And there's a side by side. You have a Cher and Indy. And Indy is, let me tell you, the fruit from this cutting has gotten so thick. Look how thick. These are cherry tomatoes, ma'am. Cherry tomatoes. Where they do that at? Where they get that big at? Where cherry tomatoes get that big at? At Indigo Gardens, y'all. Indigo Gardens. When I tell you I need to step inside for some air, honey. Oh. I had to screen out. There's our rain that's coming. Heading right for us. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it, and my plant's here for it too. Alright. Harvest time. Or mini harvest time.